Hello everyone. Um, the black sheep video. Okay. Just in my camera a little bit to make sure it'll be all right for it. Been planning this video for quite a while, but there was always something going on. Energy wasn't right. Had something to do. Going out for a walk or being out in a coffee shop. And today was kind of like all right, it's everything, it's kind of like okay to do it. So the energy of the black sheep, that energy had to match the information. It's always good when you make a videos to kind of like have the proper energy for it. Otherwise, don't do videos. So sometimes I post that I will do a videos on it, but don't do it. Why? Because the energy is not right. The things are not right, even though that it's a calling for it, but it's not. And thinking about it more about like the surgeon has to perform a surgery, but it's a full moon. And he's like, you know what? It is a full moon. I mean, I made an oath not to make a surgery in a full moon, so I can't perform. So about the black sheep, if you're watching this video, what attracts you is that the black sheep, the term of the black sheep, you kind of like resonate with the black sheep. But what is this, the black sheep? What is this thing, the black sheep? Well, basically, you're the one that you're the outsider, you're the rule breaker. You are kind of like um, there's two types, of a black sheep. The one black sheep, it's the dark side of the black sheep. I mean, those are the people who live in the egoistic parts, and they have these toxic traits, and they kind of like control, and then they destroy their life, little by little. Somehow, some way, those are the destructive things, but you learn from those destructive things. Okay, you learn it from it. But I'm here to talk to you about the other black sheep, the other side of the coin. That's called black sheep. That is the person in you that you kind of like have a different thought patterns in you. You came here for something better. You came here for something that you knew you have to do. Okay? Usually that has to do with people. That has to do with you have been into this position knowing right off from your childhood. Okay? I mean, as a childhood, you were the different one. And the childhood, when you grow up, you're the black swan, or you were this personality that staying on the outside of the society, just watching it. You were probably this personality when you grow up as a teenager. You maybe had to have a life when you're supposed to support yourself. You're kind of like a prematurely mature, basically, in life. Hi, Nia. Yeah, I thought so. We are a lot of us here, the black ships. Hi there. And what's this with the black ship thing? It is that when you grow up and things, you learn to break patterns. But you also learn, because you're the black sheep, you have this power to see the patterns, to understand the patterns, to break them and outgrow them. And then, because you're the black sheep, you are here also to heal that bloodlines. And this is what I want to talk to you today here. That you are chosen to be the black sheep so you can break this bloodlines things in you. Okay, But by breaking it in you actually, by example, you breaking it down to the lines of the family members, and so on and so on. And from now on, if you have a future family, that those traits, those things, they don't follow you. That karma doesn't follow you. Those situations doesn't follow you. Whatever you had the lifetime until this point, it's done. Once you break it, okay, it is done. It's basically done for it. So use the black sheep, okay? Um, you had to grow up. You had to learn the things differently. So there was this situations in your life that they comes in, and you're like, "Why is so hard on me?" It's hard on you because okay, the strongest battles they're not giving in to the weak people. If there was somebody else, they would have done it in the family a long time ago. Okay, no, I give it to the strongest person, and the strongest person is the one who perform on its own. He's the self learner. He's the self starter. He is the self educator. All right. And if you're this type of a person, you know you're the black sheep. You don't conform. Okay. I mean, if you have to use the word divergent, you are probably, you see the bad side, the good side, and you're like, well, they don't conform. I have to see the truth. Okay. That's what it is, the good and the bad and the truth. Those are three things. If you learn something from astrology, Neptune, it's the planet that kind of like confuse you because there is a three things that uh, the good, the bad, and the truth. Okay, so by you knowing the truth, you going deep. Okay, going deep. You maybe had repeating situations in your lifetime during to this moment of time that you understood that by breaking and going out, you breaking the patterns through patterns that were existing in the bloodline, the family line, to the spiritual life, to the spiritual community, to the professional community you are, to wherever your job as a black sheep is. But most of the time, the black sheep, in the positive way, that is the person that helps and stays away from the family. You as probably as a black sheep have to abandon everyone in your family. Everyone. Why? Because when you stay in that environment, there is a problematic or troubled or whatever the situation is. It's pulling you down from what you need to do. It brings you down. It drags you. Okay. There is always someone says like, you have to do this, you need to do this. This is all programming. This is our culture. This is our society. This is our thing. Hi, Casey. Glad to see you here. Expecting some good questions from you. I know you're laughing. I can sense it. I can sense it. So anyway, that black sheep in you knows I have to be on my own. I have to take care of the things on my own. I have to do it on my own. Okay. I don't need somebody to tell me what I needed to do. So that is that rebel part inside of you that is like, nope, I ain't doing it. I'm not going back. I ain't doing it. Not going back. I have to move forward. That's my job. That's my thing. Yeah, Casey. I know how it goes. So I got some like a few quotes I posted on the Facebook, and as I go through the quotes, I'm going to be talking to you about this quotes, these situations. You know my videos that I've done it before with quotes. I'll begin to doing it again. For right now, planning to have a big astrology project, basically diving deep into the retrogrades. Okay, there is so much secret into the retrograde planets, the way they move, and we're having a retrograde Mercury coming up, but right now with Pluto, that it's retrograde. I'm diving deep in there. Actually, I did some. Hi, Empress. Hey, Marshall. How are you, Marshall? Glad to see you here. Hi, Jenny. Okay. Okay. Just to pull that out a little bit, so I wrote it down here. Basically, what's happening is that we are having a 3 months of a period here that the lesson it start to learn. We mixed up, we make a mistakes, and then for the next 3 months, okay, we going out to see that lesson, and then for another 3 months, okay, we are learning how to behave after the lesson, which is a 6 months period. All right. And then we have a 3 months to perform on that connection of this new learning, to perform it of what we learned. And then we're getting a 3 months again, another lesson. So that is how the transformation path or pattern of the retrogrades is. And things are, I always felt different. And as I get older, I'm more spiritual. I feel less connected to my family. I feel okay not being around them and their energy. Yes. Casey, that is true, because here it is that their energy could be feel toxic to you. All right. And a lot of the people, when they have toxic family, they are forced to stay because of some reason, until they don't break that part, to stay out of that toxic family, to remove themselves out of that, to kind of like, if you gotta put it this way, it is like you've been tied up with all this emotional or energy or dependency connections to the family, but they are suffocating you. You have no life in there. And you're like, hell no. I didn't came here just to serve here to you guys. I'm not your slave, okay? I got a job to do. I came for a purpose. I want to teach you that you guys have to stop with this crap to be passing from generations to generations to generations. And you feel that deep in you with that energy. It's like, boom, I got to get out. I got to get out. All my immediate family are karmic. We know each other for quite a while, right? And I know, I feel you. I know how that goes. So let's go to the quotes that I prepared for you. Yes, okay. This is us, right? We love each other. We're the black sheep, right? We're the black ones, right? Okay. They call us the black, but the thing it is with the black sheep, it is like everybody doesn't like what we do, but unfortunately, the world depends on us. We to break this frames, they break these boxes they put on us, so they can have better life. Okay. First, they're gonna shame us, then they're gonna blame us, and after we get the job done, they're gonna love us. They're gonna join us. All right. That's what Mahatma Gandhi said. All right. But first things first. Oh, you're welcome, Nia. So first things first, the black sheep, the black sheep, the black sheep. Here he is. The black sheep of the family are often the most influential. You probably find yourself out that you're influential. You are the type of this person that wants to carry out this manipulations, this secrets, this crap. All right, you're probably always looking into the positive things. You're always kind of like using this portions of yourself to inspire the people. But you also have a dark traits. This dark traits are when people are manipulative, people are lying, people are cheating, and God bless them soul. You really turn to a black sheep. I know some of you laughing about it, and you're like, God damn, yeah, that's a called righteous anger. It's the same thing like Jesus was angered in the front of the church and whipped up all this people in the front of the church that they were making the money. It just, you guys here for God, not for the money. Okay, because the people they think that the money they need it for survive. Yes, you need money for surviving, but what you need to do it is like without your soul, without your purpose, without your humility inside of you, money are pointless. Someday you may find out that you may have tons of money inside of you, but the price that you paid for this money, you lost your dignity, you lost your love, you lost everything, and that's what this is. Hi Ray. Casey Snipe. I don't know if I'm a black sheep as an outcast or talk about being closed doors, but I feel like the weird of that people don't understand. Maybe it's the same thing. Yes, Casey. The black sheep has so many things, especially some of the people they mix it up like the lone wolf with the black sheep. When the black sheep doesn't be understood, it's kind of like withdraw itself and becomes like the lone wolf because fear of the lone wolf is misunderstood. But if you're the black sheep, you probably went out to the family and you tell them, listen, you just guys deal on your own. I can't be here. I can't live here. I'm not going to do this. This is not helps. This is not doing right. And you just, this had to stop. You guys have to stop. You have to think on your own. You have to do your inner work. You don't understand me? I will be out in the woods. So when we're talking about the influential personality shows up. But how you do your influences as a black sheep, it's that you learn things, you say things, and you do the things. You perform. You're not just sweet talker. I love some of the things that Madonna, that I see her live in Chicago, but in one of her concerts, she says one thing: many can talk the talk, but only few can walk the walk. And the black sheep personality, since Madonna is a black sheep, she breaks, I don't know how many patterns, maybe in a good way and in a bad way. But she was also influential, also a person who got in the different sides. Okay, she inspired for peace. That's how it goes. That's the part of being influential. But you're probably influential through friends, out at social media, maybe through your coworkers. You have this influential things in you. This is because so often they become self-healers and they can break generational curses. Ooh, generational curses, self-healers. What is a generational curse that when we going through this? The generational curses, those are the traits that follow through the generations. Okay. So for example, if this person of your family had some of these traits of being toxic in a way, then you have another person that is toxic, then another person that is outside of that bloodline, specifically another bloodline in the family that was a toxic, then the other third line that was toxic. And you see that through that bloodline, okay, there is a three lines have a toxicity, which is that's what the common thing is. And that is the curse, to heal that toxicity, to heal that situations. Okay, that is the generational curse that's passing through. Then you go back generations before, the one generations that created that toxic three lines. Then you look at the generations before you, and then you find that the one of the person there was toxic. But when you hearing inside of you when they spoke about the line before that, oh, my father, my grandfather, oh, they were they were on my own, they were. You feel that toxicity right away, energy. And it travels through the generations. And now, since you are a self healer, you healing yourself first, and then by healing yourself, you show up to the bloodline that it's healing. Now that energy from you travels through the bloodlines, and whoever is going to do their healing part, they would. All right. You may feel some of this generational breakdown. How, if, for example, if you're twin flamed and someone in your bloodline, it's going to be like into the twin flame. Or if you feel like you posting a quote that it's, inspirational, kind of like a good thing, all of a sudden there is like, boom, some of the family members on one of the bloodlines posting a quote that is influential. They never done that before. Now all of a sudden they do it. That's how you heal that, breaking that generational curse things. All right, that's how you're breaking these patterns. Sam Chapman, for me, the hardest part is embracing who I am, because it goes against the grain of everything I've ever been taught. Sam, you've been taught it is a programming. Okay? Religious talks, family talks, or parents programming. God bless your soul. Your life is miserable probably because of this, because you feel that generational things. You feel that patterns, but deep inside of your soul, you feel like crap. You feel like that's not for me. I gotta get out. Hell no, I ain't doing it. You guys know what I'm talking about. Is that warrior thing inside of you, because the black sheep is the warrior. He may be wounded for a little bit. The wounded healer, yeah. You may go in there, you may go down from certain situations. You're gonna go down. But once you healed, God bless their soul. And oh wow, hey guys, hi Lee, hi Sherry, much love to you, guys. So to go back to this self-healing process, okay, you as a black sheep, you learn these healing patterns through your life. Down through the lifetimes, there was certain situation repeat, and if you take a look at it, they all had something in similarity, and similarities that will bring you to your connections into the universe will kind of like point you out of this black sheep personality inside of you. And as you see it here, by you free yourself, you show up in your bloodline how to free themselves. But guess what? As they say in the United States, you can bring the horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. Nope. The horse can be by the river, but if he's thirsty, he's going to drink. If he's not thirsty, he is not going to do it. Not everyone in the family will heal this. Okay? Or, for example, you end up in a situations in life that was kind of like having a repeating patterns into a certain point that you're like, oh God, that was the certain point of this curse. I understand because this person was performing like that, that person was performing like that, that person. But until I didn't get in the same environment and the same kind of like a relationships, guess what? I didn't understood that curse. All right? And you don't understand it. But with your ability here of the self-healing, that portions helps you to understand this because it's the same problem. You have the same problem as your bloodlines. Okay? You have this. Love you too, guys. Hi, Unseen. So, in order to free themselves and others from repeating unhealthy patterns or behaviors, that's what you're here for. I mean, when you become as a twin flame, okay, and you talk to them about this love and all about this and all that, when you begin to talk to them about spirituality, you begin to show them the other side of the coin, and they're like, yeah. You know, you screw up all your life. You did all this. I don't believe in you. Okay, I know some of you laughing about it. And then you tell them like, well, I don't want to have nothing to do with you. I'll follow my path. And that's what it was. That when Gandhi saw this, he was like, first they're gonna reject you, then they're gonna abandon you, and after that they're gonna accept the change and they're gonna join you. Okay, and that's what this is happening, because after you evolve, you grow up, you get yourself done like this, now all of a sudden they come to you. All right, they come to you. I know that some of your stories out there is like, yeah, I mean, my relatives came to talk to me. All of a sudden, I have this different relationship with my family. I broke these curses. What kind of magic happened to you? You heal yourself. You, as a black sheep, you done your job. You cross these patterns as a black sheep. I mean, that's what this is. Joanna Williams, thank you, dear, for this talk. I needed to be reminded that the work is not just about me. Over time, my family has become inspired by my speechless. They consult me and refer their friends to me. There you go. Now, I mean, Dorinda, I got applause to you. Okay, hands down. That's it's the results of this, what I'm talking about. I feel so good about you. I mean, I'm just kind of like getting the goosebumps. Okay, here they are. And that is something that's pretty good. I mean, I felt it when my cousin comes to me. He's like, I gotta tell you something. Your astrology reports, I mean, it comes in a smack you because they are so correct. But they help me. And I have some people, And can we talk about this? Now I know I finished my job within the bloodline. Okay. All right. So Yeah, change yourself. You must master the new way of thinking before mastering the new way of being. Johnny, yes, you are judged by them. He can't. It's as that black sheep path is. You're gonna be judged. You, I mean, people will judge you no matter what. Okay, uh, shame if you do, shame if you don't. You're gonna be judged. All right. There is this story about the donkey and the couple. Okay, so let me kind of like rephrase this story with the donkey here. A couple, they had a donkey, so the man put the wife on the top of the donkey, and they were going on the road. And but the man was kind of like a little bit, slow, and people passing by, and they were like, "How come you put her and the donkey when you are kind of like a leaping here for it? Why just now you get into the donkey?" So they switched. Now the woman was so tired, and the people, how come the man was into to this? Why just now you both get into the donkey? So now they both get into the donkey. And then as the people comes in and they see the boat are riding the donkey, and they're like, "Poor donkey, how come? Shame on you! You guys been through the poor animal." Okay, people will judge you no matter what, no matter what, because they only see the one side of the coin, their point of view, their ego portion. All right, until they don't have ability to see the other side, they won't be able to see the truth. They won't. And the truth on that story with the donkey is that the couple and the donkey have to get in from point A to point B, and it's nobody else's business. That's their business, hands down. So yeah, you need to master the new way of thinking before mastering the new way of being. And the new mastering of thinking, it's that you removing this programming from society, programming from people, programming from parents and everybody. You're the self learner. You become this person that you go to the library, or you go on the internet, or you go talk to a society of people, you hanging out into a spiritual community or spiritual center, and you're learning. You learn your craft. Once you learn it, you apply to it. And after you apply to it, you're ready to go do the actions now. Now you know how to do it, and you're doing it. And that is the part of the black sheep. Okay? They don't like you. Your family maybe don't like you. And some people don't like you. They don't like the truth. Okay? The people like only the truth that believes in themselves, in their ego, what it suits them. But when somebody tell them what the truth is on the other side point of view, and they're like, "Well, no, I don't like your truth. It's not my truth." The reality of the truth, it is the problem. Okay? For example, if you have a family member, all right, and one family, and everybody knows there is a trouble, guess what? When you say, "Well, there is a trouble," and one of the people says, "No, it's not a trouble. Here is. There is a trouble." Okay? So if you look at your bloodlines, all right, you may have to write it down, your bloodlines, and see what was the most common traits of the bloodlines. What did they have? What was the issues? What is the things? And what do you got problems with? When you get the problem solved in you, the problems will travel down the lines. Okay, so if you're, for example, if you had issues with lack of trust, You learn how to trust the proper way. That proper situations of trust. Why you don't trust people? You were lied, you were cheated before, and you don't trust now. Well, but if it's going to be a person that comes in that's going to love you and trust you, guess what? You have to learn how to trust, right? So now you have to learn the other side. So now, since you know what the non-trustful personality is and a trustful personality is, now you've reached that middle part of you that calls trust. Now you know who to trust and who not. You solve that issue through trust from within yourself. Okay? Or you have other issues. Okay? Maybe a business or lacking of things. All right? Never ever look only the one side. Take a look the opposite direction. What if this is true, or what if this is not true? Research it. Do your research, and you will be amazed that as a black sheep, you will find the one thing the Buddha said. The right path is always in the middle. So let me see the chat here. Margaret. Hi, Margaret. Accepting myself was the only way through and the hurt I exiled. Exiled. Okay, here is the part of the exiled. Sometimes the exiled, you exile from the family, but you're not doing anything with that exiled. If you do something with the exiled part, for example, you inspire people, or you write in a book, or you're living something after, great. But if you're exiled and you're not doing anything, I mean, absolutely anything with it, then where is your fruits? I mean, picture yourself as a tree. You have roots, and those roots, they go deep. But you grow as a tree, you have a branches, you have a leaves, but no fruits. Where's your fruits? So when you are in exile, sometimes, I've been through the exile, I know what it is. I had to learn that hard lesson as a black sheep. Oh my goodness. I mean, I abandoned everybody. I mean, I blocked 4,000 people on my Facebook. I just totally exiled. But I had to do it. So I can understand that the fruits in me have to grow. I have to leave the fruits, then I come back into it. So I guess, if you're in exile, take a look in you. What that is. Haley, group hug to everybody over there in Ohio. Ohio! Okay, I know you're gonna like it. And you're laughing all right now, but guys, I haven't seen you in a while, so maybe when the time is right, I come back to the States, I'll come and visit you. And say hi to Mo. So yeah, this mastering is your job, and part of the mastering is that when you master yourself, you understand you can't just sit in the chair. You have to perform, you have to heal, you have to work on things that average folk doesn't work. Only the black sheep does. And that's what you're, a black sheep. Okay? That's what you have, this stubbornness of the areas in you. All right, that's what you are, this warrior, the spiritual parts inside of you. That's what you have, this righteousness. That's what you have, this driven. All right, you came with it. Yeah, you did. And so Yeah, I'm gonna have some bruises. Okay, you're going to have some bruises. It's impossible not to have bruises. Maybe in the heart, maybe in the soul, maybe you're gonna have some scars. By they say in the Bible, the road to the paradise is full with thorns. It is what it is. I know you don't like that word, but you is right. It is what it is. I know some of you laughing about this. It is what it is. Yes, darling, you're different. I hope that someday you realize that you're not fitting and actually, that not fitting is actually a good thing. Yeah. When you're realizing you're not fitting in this world, you as a black sheep understand your part of your mission is to make a new one. I mean, a new one that is out of this world. Because if he was in this world, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be doing what you're doing. Okay? Yeah, it is hard. Not easy. I mean, nobody see you probably crying on the when you were taking a shower. Nobody see you when you are silently suffer. Nobody see you when you overcome an abandonment. Nobody sees you in the things, but you have something in you as a black sheep, and that is your spiritual inner child that told you to get up every time. Even when you were as a kid, okay, you probably had this, I need to do this. I need to help this person. I need to help that person. That empathic part. Or you end up on the other side of the black ship. It is like, oh, I'm gonna help. And then you suffer and you can't sleep at night. And it's like, I didn't help him. I did that, right? Okay. It was about you. What was the middle point? Okay. If you look at it, the person who helped, the empath, and the person who don't help out, what did they have to work with? They had to work with the help. Okay. Because the empath thinks like, well, if you hadn't help, I would have feel bad. Right? Right? So this is it. Hey, Joy, with Jenny. You're welcome, guys. Appreciate it. So what you are, what do you do with this? So you realize at one point that you have to be the person to break the cycles. You don't repeat what your father did, for example. You don't repeat what your mother did. You don't repeat what your grandparents did. You break the cycle totally and relentless without hesitation. And everybody's like, how did you do it? See, they do see your actions, but they don't see it took you years and years of inner work to do it. Years. If you were judged, choose understanding. Right? They'll judge you. Would you choose understanding? Or are you going to be telling them, you know what, go yourselves? Okay? I mean, it all depends of situation. It all depends of things. I mean, you can accept it or you can deny it. But guess what? The middle point here is understanding. All right? But if someone denies the truth, even if they know the truth, man, there's a problem. That's their problem, not yours. Your job is to say the truth in the front of the person. Your job is to tell the person what it is. Okay? So If you are rejected, choose an acceptance. They're rejecting you, but guess what? You accept yourself. You accept who you are. Someone rejected you, somebody left you, somebody discarded you, somebody abandoned you, someone did something. Someone did something, not you. Someone. Whatever is in them, it shows up, not in you. Well, you will suffer from this, but you need to choose to accept what it is. It is what it is. And if you don't know what it is, you go and you go back into this power of black sheep inside of you and you do your self healing. Okay? Because that self healing is you. You know, you still have a lot of things to go. All right? For example, the warrior, when he gets wounded here, guess what? He tears the t-shirt, wraps it out by himself, tied it up, and it's like, I gotta go. I got things to do. Right? It will hurt. Oh yeah, it hurts. But guess what? You accept yourself. See, the self-acceptance during this process of evolution as a black sheep, okay, will always lead you there. You're always gonna go back to that source. The source as you are, it's your spirit. You have the spirit of that black sheep. The spirit is your muscles, and black sheep love by pathology through vulnerability. Yes, the black sheep is vulnerable. If you're not vulnerable, if you're not open, if you're not 100%, if you're not this truthful personality, that totally open vulnerability, what you are, you're something else, but not a black sheep. Lee, thanks for coming up, and Rink, if I'm still on it here. So, if you were ashamed, choose compassion. Somebody shamed you, somebody talks to you, somebody did this. You need to be careful with this shaming, because when black sheep is shamed, I mean, you better not get into this righteousness anger from it. All right. This righteousness anger, it has something to do with your gift from God. Okay. You got to be very careful in there how you're expressing it, because your anger can turn very quick to hate. All right. I'm just telling you, the line is a little bit thin. Okay. 10. And there's going to be a people who's going to push that line. They want you to be aggravated. They want you to be out there, go ahead and you to take some kind of actions. They will manipulate you to do those actions. Guess what? You don't want to take the actions. You don't. You can express yourself, but you don't take any actions. It's not your job. It's God's job. He's doing the actions. And when a God decides to do his actions, he leaves the advocate out there. You know, if you haven't read John 16, I will really gonna suggest you to read John 16. Okay. Hi, Michelle. And be the person who needs you, who needed when you were hurting. All right. You were hurting. As the people come to you, help you, or everybody kind of like, you have that, right? As a black sheep, you will have that. Why? Why do we have this? Well, there is one thing. You're a self-healer. If somebody doesn't help you, God does and point you out, you're a self-healer. You heal yourself. That is sacred part. That is something that for the average folks out there, they have it in them, but they were respect. They were not developed to that point. But you, as a spiritual black sheep, oh God, you know what this is. You definitely know how to heal yourself. Because when you heal yourself, you don't depend on somebody that comes in and heals you. You become something else. All right. So to go back here is don't become the person that hurt you. No. Somebody hurt you. Just shove the energy back to them, but don't do any actions towards them. You see, there is something that was said a long time ago, and it says like this, that you can run, but you can't hide in your soul, because your soul knows what you did. And God says, I know what you did too. Okay? That is the part, like, those people, and they purposefully damage you, and then they like, I don't know you anymore. Well, that's fine. Okay? They're breaking out. Oh, it's fine. Okay. Don't become them. See, they want you to become like them. You're a black sheep. You can't become like them. They have something to fix in there. Maybe their lesson they're attracting to you is they are a black sheep. They have to fix what hurts you. They hurt you so they can understand. They have to stop hurting you like somebody else in their line hurting somebody. Like the line before was hurting people the same way they hurting. Or maybe the line after them, it's keep hurting people the way they're hurting. Okay? Don't take actions. The actions that you need to perform as a black sheep, it's you. Your personal space, your personal energy, you. Not them. Period. So, how to be better than what broke you? So, for example, as a black sheep, there's going to be a breaking up pretty much all your life. You feel like, oh shit, stabs on the back all the time. Oh, God, hurts. I got so many swords in me, okay? If you're in the tarot, Ten of Swords, right? I know some of you laughing about it right now. But here it is that you're self-healing because you're doing the God's work. You're here for the people. He watches over you. And he says, like, don't be like them. Don't be like them. They will provoke you to test you. Have you evolved to that point? Have you evolved to that point? And you gotta be happy if the people comes in and pushing your button. But guess what? At the same time, God tells them, it's like, why you hurt? Why you do this? It's your generational curse. Boom. With one situation, which is hurt, He teaches the one person, he teaches the other person. So as a black sheep, you see both. Okay. And you know who you are as a black sheep. You know you have to do these things. Sam Chapman. So basically, you have to learn to love and accept yourself. Is that what you're saying? Yes. See, you can't love somebody if you don't love yourself. All right. And there is a point of test that you have to be vulnerable on 100%. Why? When you're vulnerable on 100%, you getting close to this path of eternal love, I would say. There is nothing else but love, right? And that eternal love, you'll be hurt. The one part is you will be hurt because of the people don't understand what that is. But the other side, you'll be hurt, so you can have a fear not to open up in 100%. But what was the purpose on this? You to reach out 100%, because down the road, that 100% is something that you know you are capable of it as a black sheep, that you're going to need down the road. Okay? And when you see the situations of it, in order you to love someone, you have to love yourself. But when you love yourself and you love the universe within you, and you've reached that 100%, there is nothing else in front of you. You're blind. You're gonna be like the horse with the blinders. That's it. But you will achieve something that a lot of people don't. You overcome your fears, and you are, as Lee said earlier, vulnerability. You are 100% vulnerable. 100. You have no boundaries. You have no secret. You give everything that you have. You are love. And that is the miracle in you as a black sheep. You making push through that new pattern, that new way. Okay. So, Conscious Christy 33, 333 here. You're all alive. Much love to you. Sam, bless you too. Very scary place. You know what? That fear, and you feel 100% vulnerable. In order you to build a proper society, proper things, to break rules, to break things, and to be happy. Let's say your life it is about you want to be happy. And since you're a black sheep, you know that in order you to be happy, you have to have one thing. Joy. But what the joy is based out of. See, the joy is based out of the truth. You do something and really happens. You do something, miracle happens. Wow, joy. Okay? That is the part of this, the truth. I mean, if you look at all the religions, they're talking about truth. You know, this is the basic thing. It's the truth. I mean, if you don't have the truth inside of you, if you don't have a true relationship with someone, if you don't have truth within your professional relationships, guess what? You have a misery. If you look at your bloodline and they're all in misery because of lies, guess what? You become the black sheep of the truth. And they're all like, how are you going to do it? Well, I did it. And you know what? You don't do it because you have fear. If you're untruthful, why are you untruthful? Because you have a fear that the lies that you kept, or there is a fears of things that generations down and the road they're inside of you. And you learn to hide your feelings, and now you have to pretend. But the pretend is not truth. Pretending is not truth. And you were like, why I'm not happy? Why this whole keep doing the same thing? The lack of truth. Letting it just be and look inside for my answer was the best thing I ever did. There you go. Look inside. Answers in the black ships, they're always inside. Can't find answers outside. See, the greatest teacher, spiritual teacher, will point back to you. He will point you out the downfalls. He will point you out your problems or your behaviors or a lack of maturity or whatever your situation is. He'll point it to you. But guess what? Most of the people, their ego is going to be like, no, I'm not like this. And look at their actions. Stinkers, they are. See, the action always speaking louder than words. And if you look at it down and the problems they have, they keep repeating it. There is a repeating pattern. You can't help these people. You only can help these people as a black sheep. You give them an example of how you're breaking this. They can copy you. They can become the black sheep in them. That is up to them, though. That is up to destiny. That is up to permission of God. That it's depend of how truthful they are, how much they seek for the truth in them. But most of it is how deep in them they want to have a happy life. How bad do you want it? You know that country song? How bad do you need it? You know, you guys know what I'm talking about. So you choose to heal instead of becoming bitter so it can act from your heart, not from your pain. And that's what the healing is. That's the path of the black sheep healing. Okay, that is the wounded warrior. And the astrology, Chiron. All right, because you become this example of how to heal. And by your example, you helping others to heal. And that is very, very full of humility, love, compassion. So now, guys, I can take some questions and I can have a smoke. If you don't seek more, they can find. They don't seek more, then they can find happiness. Just how much they could have. How much they could have if they don't seek happiness. Let me tell you something. So, for example, you cheat to lie. You build business that it's building on lies. Okay, like you are probably this gangster back in Italy, create a mafia and all that, or you were back in the 90s here in Europe and you kind of like a big, whatever the situation is guess what happens though? One point of life, when you have something that it's not built of the truth, okay, and you get all this money, all right, and you got this success, you got all this, and something's crushing inside of you. I have all this success. I mean, I made that much profit. I made this. I have these houses and I got this. But you go back down the line and yeah, but you have this, but you hurt so many people. You screw up so many people. You lie so many people. You took advantage of so many people. And you look in this money and your soul cries in you. What are you going to do then? What are you going to do then? You will understand money and everything. So what they could have is this evaluations in them, Casey. They can have this evaluation. All right. They can have this part of seeing the other side of the coin, what their action did. Okay. What is their performance did? And they can have all the money in the world, and guess what? They have no dignity, they have no value. Yeah, they have money. They can buy cars, they can have houses. But guess what? They have no soul. They killed it. They killed the soul in them. And guess what? They're going to find somebody. They're going to get more. They're going to get in this. And guess what? End up in a more misery. That's how some of the people, they live in misery. They may have money, they may have business, they may have this. But guess what? The more people they screw up, the more situations, the more lies, the more things there are there, the more misery they create. That's what they got. Misery. Sooner or later, they're going to be broke. Sooner or later, they can maybe lose the houses. Sooner or later, they may going to break their car down. And they may be going to end up in the street. Guess what? Oh, well, you put some people in this kind of situation. Now let's see the other side of the coin. You can have a dignity there. You gotta have this. So, the open heart. I don't want to talk about karmic debt because, the debt over there, the karmic debt is 10 times fault. I was something like that. And you don't pay this time, and you want to end up paying the other time. And if you hurt somebody and you have to pay the debt and you have to, that karmic debt sometimes is ouch. Okay, that is ouch. I don't want to be on the person's time when you got a karmic debt that was from generations before, and they choose to take, not to give when they took the last time. I'm not going there. I got personal reasons not to go there. Nope. I ain't going there. Nope. That's their choice, not mine. Okay, see. One thing I found very hard was realizing I couldn't do their work for them and felt guilty for a long time that I couldn't do it for them to make the seed, but it was not my place. Jenny, here's the one thing. Casey kind of like wrote the same thing. Course, I want to help people to do the work, but I have to realize if they don't want to, I have to let it be. Yes, you guys have pretty much the same question. Let me be more specific on this, though. For example, somebody comes in and says, like, I need your help. Okay, good. Let's talk. All right. I can do a chart. Let's see what's going on there. I'll do the astrology chart. I see their internal world, what kind of, stuff they have. And then we talk about trying to troubleshoot the problem, troubleshoot the system. And guess what? You tell them the truth about their internal world. You tell them what to do. You tell them the truth. And they're gone. Or I had some situations, it's like, do me my chart, I'll pay you some money. Guess what? I end up doing so many free charts that you have no idea. All right, because I didn't need the money, right? But right now, the way I am, I'm thinking about project, so I can just do what I'm doing right now, and astrology and talking about spirituality and twin flames, and don't work on something else. Maybe as a hobby, I will do something else, with hands or machineries. I don't know. We'll see. But I have the plans for it. But if you go ahead and you tell the person what the problem is when they actually ask you what the problem is, and they don't take your answer, that is their problem, not yours. I said that during the video, that someone sees the problem, someone says the problem, somebody's worried about the problem. But when you tell them what the real problem is, they getting aggravated and they're just like, no, that's not the problem. Okay. Sooner or later, they'll figure out the problem. But there is some problems that are fixable, some problems are non-fixable. And if you fix it now, you maybe be okay in the future. But there is a certain point of path that you get into, you ain't gonna fix it. You ain't gonna fix it at all. Not at all. Okay? You ain't gonna fix it. So don't go to your people who don't need your help. Don't. You might feel like huge push to go there. It's like, oh God, I'm gonna help them. Nope. They have to come and ask for help. That's their job. All right? It's not your job to stuck your head with not belonged. Same thing like don't get into a relationship where you're not supposed to. I mean, talking about relationships, as far as professional relationships, any relationships like work, business, and so on, okay? Because as well as in relationships, there is always somebody's going to lie to you. Somebody's going to hurt you. So be careful in there with that. Any other questions, guys? Yes. See, here is what I like it on these videos, that when um, end up on this, Jenny, I really, you get in it. There is a one quote, and which has this, the boss is behind everybody and got the whip and let's go, let's go. But the true leader goes up front with the workers. Hey, let's go, buddies. Let's get this done. And that's what it is. You lead by example. You don't lead by anything else. You lead by example. Okay. There is a difference of the things for it. So, for example, you need to improve. You have to do something. Okay. There is, for example, as a job. As a job, as a corporate politics for it, you can have two types of corporate politics in there. The one, it's called manipulation, and the other, it's called inspiration. You might go into a company that they have an inspirational quotes, but you see how the environment there is toxic. Okay, manipulative. And let me tell you what the manipulative is. If you don't come up for the extra hours, you'll get fired. You can't go home or you're going to get fired. That is a toxic, okay? Or, hey, you know what? We saw on your file in there that today it's the birthday of your daughter. You know what? Here's a little envelope. Go buy a present. Take a half day off. We're going to pay you the whole day. What's the difference there? Humility. Be a human. Okay? That's what it is. So thanks you guys. Appreciate for being here in the live video, and much love. Maybe like within 2 hours I will do another video. Gonna be talking something very specific, but I'll post it on the Facebook. If y'all do it, I will be happy if you guys come back here for some more nuggets. So guys, thank you so much for right now, and be love, and thank you for being here.